Hey guys, what's up? Ragnarok here with the final match of Group A and Shadow Online Gaming's YouTubers Warhammer 2 Championship. This is the round of 16, and yeah, as I said, this is the final match in the group. So the situation going into this one is that Janet on occasion has run away with the group. He's gone 3-0, which means he defeated Dog Shadow. Dog Shadow, in his match with Vulcan HD, actually defeated Vulcan and finished 1-2, which means both Vulcan and myself are, or actually, sorry, I am 1-1 going into this, and Vulcan is 0-2. So with a win here, I can secure my spot into the next round. However, it is a very tough matchup. Bretonia versus Chaos. Not, yeah, not going to be a favorable matchup in my direction. In any case, if you guys are unfamiliar with Vulcan Gaming, he has two channels. This is his Total War channel. Obviously, he's playing here as Chaos, as Koalek. And his primary channel is actually Steel Division. So if you guys haven't checked out Steel Division, it is a phenomenal RTS World War II strategy game. The second one has come out just maybe like a month or two ago, and apparently they've added in some more features for the Grand Campaign. But Vulcan is maybe the biggest, one of the biggest Steel Divisions, if not, players, if not the biggest. I've watched a bit of his channel in the past, and yeah, definitely go check out his Total War content. He does a lot of campaigns, and if you guys are interested in playing some of the Steel Division, Vulcan will definitely help your game in that respect. So he's actually very new to the multiplayer scene in Warhammer. Does mostly single player, but I'm expecting this to be extremely tough because his micro is definitely gonna be up there. So let's talk about the army compositions here. He's using Koalek, and he's got an Ogre Shaggoth here, a couple of Marauders with throwing axes, and then just a lot of your standard Chaos infantry, warriors with halberds, and some Chaos Marauders, and a few Forsaken to help support. So my composition, a little bit different. We are going with some Grail Knights. So I had a few different army compositions that I tried out for this. This is the one that I finally settled on. We've got 3 Grail Knights, 3 units of Grail Knights, and 2 units of Hippogriffs, supported by King Lewin Leon Kerr. So that's the main body of my force. My hope is that through a combination of cycle charging and whatnot, that we can slowly wear down this infantry, and with a more mobile army that we can really take them on. So maybe should have stayed in there and tried to. We were doing a little bit of damage to Koalek there, but the Knight's actually taking quite a bit of damage. The Sorcerer throwing in some buffs and some debuffs on my Knights there, so they're in a bit of pain. They're in taking some damage already. So early on, definitely say the advantage is in Vulcan's favor a little bit. So what else do I have in this fight? So I brought some peasants to the fray. What better to take on the Warriors of Chaos than a handful of peasants? And we've got a Damsel of Life who's going to try and heal these guys up a little bit as this fight goes on. But Hippogriffs trying to do things on their own here, which is not going great. The key is going to be to try and take out the legs of his army first, and then see if we can slowly wear them down. But this is going to be a real tough fight for me, and it's already not going great. One of the Hippogriff Knights units is already in big trouble, already routing down to 6 unit models, and getting very low on health already. The throwing axes, great pick, great counter to these guys. Need to get them over here and get them healed if they do rally, which it seems like they are. I was really hoping that I could isolate some units and things like that, but I don't think that's going to be the case. He's doing a great job thus far of keeping his army together and just chasing me off anytime I go in for some charges. So this is going to be extremely tough, but we'll be sending these guys back for a little bit of healing magic. The other thing is, too, my strategy here is kind of bending the rules of the tournament. There's some rules in there that you're not allowed to just sort of sit and play defensively. You're forced to get into the fight. Like if you avoid fighting, or if you intentionally play for a draw with a more mobile army, then you can be disqualified. So as this goes on, it's in the back of my mind that I need to stay to continually be attacking. Otherwise, I'm really taking some liberties with the rules here, and yeah. But I don't know. As far as Bretonnia goes, I really struggled putting together a build. I'm thinking that the Grail Knights, maybe I should have went with the Questing Knights for the armor piercing. We would have actually been able to get a few more of these guys. Like I'm pretty sure for the same price I could have gotten an extra unit of knights. Initially I had the Grail Guardians, which are a little bit tankier, but I figured having more unit models would be a little bit more beneficial, because I did figure that I would be taking on a lot of infantry here. Solid charge on the Marauders, but they are only Chaos Marauders. So just going to charge in, do some damage, pull back out, and just try and wear them down slowly. So done a bit of damage to them, but we have sustained a lot of damage here. Charge in on these Forsaken and pull out again. That's the plan here. But the thing is, Kolek is just so damn fast that anytime you get in there, he's right on top of you. So is the Shaggoth, making it really tough to keep them at bay. There's an opportunity here to get the Shaggoth. Maybe he's separating a little bit, but I'm just more concerned with getting these guys out of there and just trying to get them healed up a little bit. Then sending my first peasant out here. Maybe should have kept them together, but my hope is to just try and slow down Kolek and maybe just pin him for a little while so that the knights can get some work done. But these guys, looks like I forgot about them there, because Kolek is having a field day, squishing them just like little ants. This is gonna be ugly right here. Peasants versus Kolek, the ultimate Warhammer mismatch right here. Yeah, and they're like, nope, fuck this, we're getting out of here. I really regret not bringing archers. One of my initial build had some of the poison tipped archers. I just felt like because of all the armor that Chaos has, that I wouldn't be able to really do much damage with the archers. But I don't know, the poison works on pretty much anything. It really slows down units, so the poison might have been helpful, especially with Kolek, trying to keep him slowed down, give him some debuffs and things like that. But unfortunately, I decided to go with the peasants. Bringing the peasants meant that I could bring, because they're so cheap, it meant I could bring more of the knights rather than the archers. So that's kind of ultimately what I decided to go with.
This was not meant to be.
This was not meant to be. I hope that's not foreshadowing. I really want to go on to the next round here. This is my third tournament that I've played in with Shadow and the other YouTubers, and I've yet to crack the second round of the tournament. So Really love to be able to get on there, but we're having a real tough time. We're outnumbered. Actually, but not by a lot. Actually, we have the numbers, mostly because of the peasants. I guess the peasant unit models have quite a few, quite high unit model count. Gonna try and pin these guys while Lewin gets some work done here. And the hippogriffs. Over here we're getting chased relentlessly by Koalek. He just not give up, and he's faster than the knights, if I'm not mistaken. Starting to get pretty slim. We're down to 1 and, well, 1 and 2 fractions of the unit. I mean, essentially, maybe combined, looks like half a unit we've got left of knights. So the knights themselves, big trouble. The hippogriffs are still going strong. I've got 1 unit in decent shape, and I just decided, the hell with it, we'll throw the peasants in and just see if we can lock some of these units in and get some rear charges. Problem is the peasants are not going to stick around for very long, allowing us to get some damage, but Koalek is done with the diversion over here and has decided to get over here and just kill some peasants. And anywhere Koalek is, everything seems to fall apart very, very quickly. He is one nasty looking monster. Also supporting these guys with Sorcerer of Shadows, which I'm sure Shadow is keen on that. But so far, balance of power is not looking good. Been able to keep his army together. The peasants have proved themselves completely useless, as I should have realized in the first place that they would be completely useless in a fight against Chaos, but anyway, here we are. Too late to change them now. If we can take down this Shaggoth, we might have a chance to maybe get Koalek, if we can get him separated from the rest. Hippogriff Knights stuck in there. Just the Chaos, even the Marauders are tough to push through. Like these Chaos Warriors though with halberds are very, very tough to wear down, and that anti-large is proving really difficult for my knights to deal with. We've got 7 minutes left on the clock. Just gonna try and do anything I can here to just cycle through, but strategy is looking like it could be flawed here. Peasants have rallied for the Forsaken. Sure, they can deal with the peasants pretty much on their own, so they're on their way over there. Chaos has some really pretty unit models, that's for sure. Oh, and yeah, not even in combat, and they're breaking. Another valiant charge, but as you can see, it just killed, what, 2 of them there? Maybe 3? Just the unfortunately the Grail Knights, it's the they don't have a whole lot of armor piercing damage, which is why the Questing Knights probably would have been much better suited for this. I just figured the charge bonus, that if I could make use of the mobility of the knights, that the charge bonus would be able to overcome the fact that they don't have the armor piercing, but doesn't seem to be doing as much damage as I need them to do, unfortunately. You gotta give it to these guys, though. These are some brave peasants. I mean, they're armed with their farming tools, basically. What is that, a shovel that they have? Or maybe it's an axe. Oh, no, a couple of them got pitchforks. Yeah, so, I mean, taking on pretty much the... I mean, yeah. You look at their armor compared to the peasants. I mean, it's... You know, those are some brave dudes to be able to come out onto the battlefield facing this. So, Luan's trying to do it all on his own here. He's almost got the Shaggoth, but unfortunately, all of the support here is going to get him in trouble. Pull him out, and see if we can get back in there again, and see if we can isolate him. Koalek is just having a great time. He's like a cat with a ball of yarn here. Oh, no, he decided, oh, thought he was going to run off the other way. Here comes Luan. Can he take on the Sun Eater on his own? We're getting a little bit of damage on him there. Ooh. That doesn't help. So at the same time, a draw will put me through here as well. I think if I don't get disqualified for my cheeky tactics, but whether or not these guys are gonna last for another 3 minutes remains to be seen, because everyone's morale is starting to really get shaken. We are yeah, down to 109 units. 109 troops on the field. Oh. His attack there just completely negated the charge. And I just can't get any real significant damage on these guys. I mean, Luan is still in pretty good shape, but everybody else is just about dead, with the exception of the damsel here. Only got a handful of knights left. Most of them want to get out of here. The clock is ticking, though. We got 2 minutes. But yeah, I think it's pretty clear at this point. It's been clear for a while that this strategy is flawed, and that we're not going to be able to defeat the superior infantry, which is too bad. I'm not sure what kind of difference it would have made if I brought the questing knights rather than the Grail knights, and I'm not sure what kind of difference it would have made to have a little bit of archer support. There it is. Finally broke. Good victory for Vulcan there. So that does it for the first round of the tournament, Group A action, which puts us in somewhat of an interesting situation here. I believe now Vulcan, myself, and Dog Shadow are all tied at 1 and 2 with no clear tiebreaker. So yeah, which one of us goes on to the next round? I'm sure Shadow will figure out something to figure out who goes on. But yeah, awesome build by Vulcan here. I think going into this one, his build more or less secured the victory. I mean, he did play really well as well. just forcing me to try and take on his army as a whole, and not allowing me to separate any of his units and get any of his units separated from the rest of the group, and just his use as his micro of Kolek and the Ogre Shagath just chasing down the knights and just completely shutting them down. Very, very good. Hippogriffs did okay, but yeah, just too much anti-large, too much large, and too much armor for us to take on here. So great job by Vulcan, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Which one of us goes on? I'll do a wrap up probably for the round of 16 towards the end of the tournament. I think I'm just gonna do a highlight video of all the groups and just do a quick overview of the tournament. But as I look forward to that at the end of the month, I believe I'll try and see if I can put that together for you all. And before then, I'll let you know which one of us is going on to the next round. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and thank you to my opponent. He's a gentleman. He didn't mind at all that my strategy was a little bit probably a real pain in the ass to play against, but he did a great job shutting me down. So I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Ragnarok signing out.